Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Thank you everyone for coming today. I hope most of you know what is today. Today is Sunday. Thank you. Yeah, of course. Today is Sunday. But today is in Indian calendar. Today we have Makar Sankranti. So all over India, it's named under different festival names. So Makar Sankranti in the north. In west, it's same again, Makar Sankranti. Somewhere in north as well, in Uttar Pradesh, they make khichdi and all. So, and in south, it's Pongal. So, yeah. So basically, Makar Sankranti is on New Year. So it's a New Year. We say it New Year for some calendar in some part of the states of India. Oh, by the way, this class is going to be till 7 o'clock, and then there's prasadam outside, which is already being distributed. And after 7 o'clock, there would be Aarti, which is Sandhya Aarti. So please plan your time. So today's topic I wanted to speak on is on New Year resolution. So as per Hindu calendar, today is the first day of New Year, and also we are in 2023. So only 15 days passed, and this is a very common, when we enter into a new year, we do some resolutions, right? So how many of you have thought of some resolutions or already have some resolutions? Only one? Really? Okay, I think it's not in a fashion nowadays. When I was in school life, resolution, it was a new word, English word for me. So I was like, oh, let's do it something, resolution. So basically you promise yourself you're going to do something for the rest of the year. So I will not give you the topics on what to do as a resolution, because it's your personal priority as per your life. I will give you some ideas how to do this New Year resolution and how to maintain it. Because we often we often promise ourselves we will do something, we'll refrain from certain things, but we fail. We see that our desires are so strong that we cannot hold on to those promises anymore, and we do it though we know we don't want to do it. And there are a few things which in Shastras they say how to keep up with the promise and how to work on it. So there are 3 questions. Number 1 is, what do you want to achieve through this resolution? So in 2023, what exactly do you want to achieve in your life? Some may say, I am a very heavy drinker of tea. I want to just stop drinking tea. I want to, maybe just from 4 cups, I'll do 1 cup of tea. Some might be alcoholic. Some want to reduce their alcohol intakes. Some might be sleeping too long. They want to make sure that they are not sleeping too long. Or some might to change their jobs, which they are already into, but due to some reason they are not going to leave it or not going to stop going to that job because of whatever reason, but they don't want to do it. They want to strive something in their career, but they are not able to do it. So there are a few things as per your personal position, wherever you are. Focus on it. What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve in 2023? Based on that question number 2 comes is, have you seen anyone who has done that? Have you seen anyone who has achieved it? So if someone has achieved it, see them. Or have you got inspired by someone who has done something like weight loss? For women, it's a very prime thing. Losing weight in 10 days, 7 days, there's so many advertisements on TV and outside. So if you see someone who has done that, you get inspired by that person and you say, okay, fine, I'm going to ask that person. So look for the person who has achieved that focus points and they have done it. When you get this answer to number 2, then number 3 question comes is, whatever they have done, is it doable for you? Can you do it practically? What is your family background? There may be family background, they are married or they are single. It may not be the same with you. So can you do it practically? Can you follow them? If not, then you need to work on it. How to achieve your number one question. So basically, these are the foundation of creating a promise, creating a focus point for a year. When we do it, we need to make sure these three questions are answered and you're satisfied with those three questions, and that's how you will continue. But sometimes, as I said, we promise, we make our promise and we fail to complete it, we fail to follow it. And that's where there are three things which comes in, which is how much convicted you are to focus on that particular promise of yours. You need that conviction. Where does that conviction comes from? It comes from your mind. How strong is your mind? Where does that come from? You need to put your intelligence into it. For all these things, you need to be very, very inspired with the person with whom you have got that inspiration. So conviction, inspiration, and intelligence will keep you going. So these are the foundation of the resolution. So my class is finished. But no, I have to speak till 7 o'clock. So basically, I want to touch base on time. So which year we are in? 2015? 2023. Sorry, as per my son, I have got a hearing problem. So if you want to answer it, please answer it loudly. 2023. So past was 2022. And can you imagine every year the calendar changes? Everything changes, right? The calendar changes, the numbers in the computers changes. When you write, when you sign, you change the dates. But has that changed anything in your life? Have you focused anything? It's just the number which is going on, right? Have we changed us? Have we updated us? You know, in phones, oops, it's ringing. In phones, we have got it started from 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. It's updating all the time. Kids who are working, they are like, it's too old. I don't want to use this. I want to use the new one. Everyone wants to use the updated one, the most recent one. If a small device, a phone gets updated, shouldn't we get updated? Shouldn't we think of getting ourselves updated? Well, do we even think on this matter? We just get change of the numbers. We do a nice party. 2022 finished. By 2022, 2023 has come. It's a good thing. We are doing party, but are we realizing anything? The numbers are growing. Every year we have birthdays. We get parties, we get friends and families wishing us. But a danger side, the backside is we are getting closer to the end of this body. We are getting closer to the death, right? So these aspects are not new for you, not new for me. It's for every living entities, not even for human being. So the focus of human being is to understand that this time is eternal. It will go on if you are here, tomorrow if you're not there. It will go on for everyone and whoever is present or past. Time is eternal, but we are not. We are not eternal. We have an expiry date. We come with a birthday, and we also have an expiry date. And that date, we don't know. I don't know about my expiry date. You also don't know. Nobody knows. That's why we are in this bhulok. This is called mrityulok, because the expiry date is not mentioned with the birthday. So time is very powerful. And so as the human birth is also very powerful. It's very powerful because this is the only time, this is the only birth, apart from all the other living entities, where it is supposed to understand the connectivity between us and the super soul, which is the Lord. If you miss this part, if you miss that the human life is given to us to understand the love of God, you miss everything. As per Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the foundation of our movement, Srila Prabhupada's, as per Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, if we miss this part, if we miss to understand the connectivity of us and the Lord, and we pass our time just on a mundane work, just to achieve material satisfactions and experiences, we are wasting our time. We are literally wasting our time. There's no difference between a human who is taking care of family, giving them the best, what he can, food, good house, shelter, is same as what an animal is doing. An animal is doing also the same, taking care of his family, taking care of him, eating what is good and best for him, he can get, sleeping and reproducing. We are also doing the same thing, but in a more sophisticated manner, in a more flourished manner, in a more polished manner. We wear nice silk clothes. The dogs and cats don't. They don't have to, but their masters put something on them. But that's not a necessity. They are also living, they are also reproducing, they are also eating, and they are also taking care of their family, which as a human we are also doing it. So there's no difference between an animal and a human if a human doesn't understand and doesn't realize the connectivity between the Lord and himself. So this time it is clicking, it's going on constantly. Okay, who has a digital watch here? Oh, you have it. So there are 5 aspects of time. The first aspect which I want to share with you all is time is avigyat. Avigyat means imperceptible. It's not seen. So if I ask you, what's the time now? The exact time with the hour, minutes and seconds. 6:26. Sorry, can you repeat that?
6 p.m. 26 minutes and
21 seconds. Now what's the time?
25 seconds.
So you can't stop the time. You can't tell the right time. The moment he told me and I repeated, 21 seconds have gone. Can you see your hair growing? Yeah, I can, but can you see exactly, can you tell me exactly when your hair grew from this inch to that inch? No, we can't see the time. We know our nails are growing, but can we see exactly when did the nail grow? We can't. People say after long years when they see each other, oh, your son has grown. He has become so tall. Did the mother knew when exactly he grew? No. Time is inconceivable. Time is unnoticed, but it is going on. It's going on. It's the same way when we experience things. And through our experience, we say, we take some decisions, we avoid some wrong decisions in our life. We say it, that through our experience, we have been able to avoid certain decisions in our life. But remember, through mistakes only we got those experiences. Through those bad choices in our lives only, we were able to be wise. We were able to get those wisdoms in our life. So experience, any kind of experience is not that bad. If you're going through a failure, it is not bad. It is just teaching you how to be strong and how to look into the problem as an opportunity to learn. So every time, whenever we spend, We need to be mindful of this. Is this time productive to me? Am I learning something out of this time? I can't hold the time. I can't catch the time. Time is passing. If I take care of the time, if I respect the time now, tomorrow I won't be crying. Because there are so many people who are retired, who are in their very late age. If you ask them randomly, what's the intake, what's the take for us, for young people like us? How do we learn from your life experiences? What they say is two things. I mean, it's my experience. In my experience, I have seen when I ask this question, sometimes I don't even have to ask, people just tell us from their own experiences. Number one is, don't indulge in too much material gains. It's like an example, like you eat food, you eat good food, yeah? Good quality milk, good quality oil, good quality even utensils. You take care of your body. Eat, shower, take good clothes so that it doesn't hurt your skin. But have we ever thought of taking care of the soul? We are taking care of our body. Okay, does everyone understands and does everyone agrees with me that we have a soul? Who doesn't? Can you please raise your hand? Oh, thank God, nobody. Okay, so we have a soul. So it is our responsibility as well. As a body, we are taking care of our body. We have to take care of our soul. And how are we doing it? How do we take care of your soul? So this is how you take care of the soul. You come to temple, you have already done that. You've come to temple, you have tried to realize the connection between you and the Lord. And you want to cherish it, you want to constantly experience this relationship. There are books outside. There's a stall outside for books. Those books are prescribed and also even written by Srila Prabhupada or Srila Prabhupada's disciples. But those books have all kind of genre. Like it's about not just about philosophy, it's about how a human life should be, how a husband should be, how a wife should be, how a student should be. You know, Bhagavad Gita was between, who can tell me, Bhagavad Gita was spoken between whom? Bhagavad Gita was actually a conversation between two personalities. Thank you so much, yeah. So Krishna and Arjun. So it's not just the conversation between these two people, it's also an understanding, a literature given by Krishna to us. So Arjuna was not that, low intelligence person. But he asked those questions for us. So that people like us, when we read Bhagavad Gita, we get answers. This book is so divine that anyone who had faith, at least this much of faith, opens the book thinking, oh God, I have got such a problem, I'm in such a problem, what should I do? And he just opens the Bhagavad Gita like this, whatever comes up, he reads it and he gets answer. I'm not saying that. People have said. They open Bhagavad Gita and they see their problems answer already in there. And it's not with everyone, again, it comes with faith. If you have faith, you will get the answer in that book. But if you don't have faith, you read the whole Bhagavad Gita, you memorize whole shlokas, you won't understand anything. Anything. To understand at least a single part of Bhagavad Gita, you need a guru. The right authoritative person who can teach, who can transfer the right essence of Bhagavad Gita. That's why we have Bhagavad Gita as it is by Srila Prabhupada. So as it is means whatever the questions and answer between Arjuna and Krishna were has been translated exactly the same. It hasn't been dovetailed, it hasn't been manipulated as per what the translator thinks. In the book, there is nowhere written that this is what I think Krishna has said. That is Bhagavad Gita as it is. If you want to buy, there is outside, there are stalls there. Bhagavad Gita, not only Bhagavad Gita, there are other books written by disciples of Srila Prabhupada, their journey, their spiritual journey. Those kind of topics, those kinds of books, if we read, we get inspired. And we need inspiration, right? We need to have a resolution in our life. 2023, we need those inspirations. That's why there are so many movies nowadays which are going on, really, they are hitting the box office because of the inspirational aspect in the movie. And it says bluntly, this is what the actor is trying to tell us. This is how we can do it. And the number one inspiration is doing something for the society, doing for others. So time factor is inconceivable, is imperishable because it's eternal. That was my number one point. Number two is fear. Time gives you fear. If you don't respect time now, like if you're young, you have energy, you have enough time, and if you don't utilize it, later on, you will fear. You will think, oh my God, alas, how did I wasted my younghood? How did I wasted my adulthood? And now I don't have that energy. I don't have that strength. I don't have that intelligence because I'm getting old. I can't keep up with the speed, the pace of the society. What a waste of time. Well, what's the point? The train has already left the station, right? The body has already deteriorated. There's nothing left in this body to be utilized for devotional service. And then you realize what a waste of time that we have only earned money, wealth, fame. It's not going to help me now. I'm growing old, very fatigued. I want to read now the divine books. I want to understand the importance of human life. But it's too late now. The person has already spent his life, his hours like that on material. So, there's another book called Srimad Bhagavatam. So, just like how Bhagavad Gita is a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna, there's Srimad Bhagavatam as well, and it is also a conversation rather than class like this, but more advanced. How many of you know not Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam? Okay. So mind you, Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita are two different. Bhagavad Gita is only one book, just on a very simple plane I'm trying to explain. And Bhagavatam is a set of books. We call it canto. So these set of books are all basically stories of the disciples, of the followers of the Lord, how they achieved love of God. It's all compiled. So it's actually basically a conversation when Parikshit Maharaj, so he was one of the king before Kali Yuga, because after him Kali Yuga has started. So Parikshit Maharaj was cursed by a rishi to be, he would be dead in 7 days. I would say he's lucky that he knows he has got only 7 days. So he said, I'm going to utilize my 7 days. How? I'm going to give up all my kingdom, my beautiful kingdom, my beautiful wife, my children, everybody. I'm only going to go in one piece of cloth near the bank of a river, and I'm going to listen to the katha. Now this king did not have any speaker. He just thought of it, and Lord arranged it. Lord sent Sukadev Goswami to tell him the stories of Krishna Katha. And that is all Srimad Bhagavatam is of. There are 13 cantos and each canto has a topic. So this great speaker, Sukadev Goswami, is saying, Ayur harati vai pumsam unnatam cha yatanaso. Ayur Harati. The time, the age is going on. Today is 2023. Tomorrow is 2024. 2025. It will go on. And I am just considering myself as this body and doing the material activity, gaining all material engagements, and I am forgetting about the Lord, my connectivity with the God. So every time we do something and we forget about the Lord, what Shukdev Goswami is very strongly saying here is those time are going in waste. Those are not going to help the soul in any ways. And you will understand that if it's not helping the soul, later on it will also not help the body. Because body is going to perish. It's only the soul which is going to transmigrate to another body. Based on what we do in this life, we get the next life. This is how the transformation of the soul happens, and it works on. Is there enough space at the back? Sorry, do you all want to come a little bit forward? There's not enough space at the back. If anyone wants to sit. Thank you. And basically just letting you know, so once the class finishes, 7 o'clock, there would be Aarti. And after the Aarti, generally after the Aarti, people queue up from here for the prasadam. So there's a prasadam outside, and they just queue up. So if you're coming in forward, it's good for you. You can do the Aarti and then queue up for the prasadam. Yeah, so Sukadev Goswami is very strongly saying that wasting on time, like putting too much of effort in material gains, is going to be waste. It's not going to be with you. And then he says again, Taravaha kimna jivanti and bhastram kimna shwasanti. Taravaha means trees. Aren't the trees living? Aren't they living? They are also living. But what great they are doing? Nothing. They are just standing there erect. Just giving shadow, fruits. That's it. What's the productivity of them? Right? We all see profit and loss in everything, right? We are humans. We are someone's parent, someone's son, daughter. We have a relationship. We do it. And we see this very nicely, that we are doing something, we are gaining something, we are losing something. But the tree is also living, right? He's not doing anything productive. And bhastra kimna soshanti means, bhastra is the blacksmith's that thingy, which it's a very old way. I don't know how many of you have seen. Bhastra is the, I don't know the Hindi word. And yeah, something like that. And it every time when it goes up and down, it's actually breathing, right? So isn't that blacksmith's artery is breathing? Yeah? That's also breathing, but it's of no use. So Shukdev Goswami is saying these two words very strongly to make us understand that how powerful this time is. And it is too short to understand how powerful. By the time you think that, oh yes, it is powerful, it's gone. It's gone. We're just wasting time if we are not connecting with the divine, if we are not able to understand. So basically, in a layman's language, what I'm trying to say here is, yes, it's good that you all are coming to temple. Yes, it's good that you all are respecting the chanting classes and kirtans and everything. But what extra more you're putting? What extra more you're giving food to the soul? What extra have you understood from all these processes when you come to temple? If not, that at least come or make a promise coming to temple on a regular basis. It's up to you what's the regular basis, weekly, yearly, whatever. But there has to be a continuation. So prior to this, around I think 6 to 7-ish, no, 5 to 6, sorry. There was a chanting session just saying for people who have just come. So there was a chanting session, and when I entered the room, the whole room was chanting in one pace and same mantra. You get goosebumps when you hear those chantings going on strongly together. This is called Sankirtan. Sankirtan. Sang means together, Kirtan means chanting. Chanting the holy name and thinking about the Lord. It's very powerful. So take something in your life and make a promise to yourself that you're going to do it, and do it not for your body but for your soul. Give some food to your soul. You will understand how content you will be when you connect it, when you connect that feeding the soul. So, this life, the age, there's again another, a very strong say by Shankaracharya. Angam galitam falitam mundam dashana vihinam jatu tundam vriddho yati grihitva dandam tadapina munchati asha pindam. Angam galitam means the body is galitam, is like losing. What's the galitam English, if anyone wants? Huh? Rottening, correct. Yeah. So body is rottening, it's deteriorating. Skins are going pale and loose, wrinkles. Yeah. Angam galitam. Phalitam mundam. Yeah. So nicely hairs are going, bald is coming. Dashana vihitam jatu tundam. And teeth are getting loose. It's falling. You don't have the ability to chew food, digest it. Why? Because there's something wrong with you? No, because you're getting old. Vriddho yati grihitva dandam. You're using a stick to walk. You see outside, if you just go outside, there's kids running around, jumping, playing, ball throwing in here and there. They have never thought of it. But looking at them, we think, wow, they're nicely running around. I can't. Yeah? People who can't, they will think. Old people will, oh my God, so nicely they are running. My legs have given up. I'm using a stick. Yeah? Dandam. Tadapina munchati asha pindam. Pinda, when we do pinda, the last rite, even at the last time of that human, he's still having a desire to live. This desire doesn't stop. It's always there. Good. Have this desire, but remember to feed your soul also. So this is just a few examples which I just thought of when I was thinking of this New Year resolution, how people, they get famous. There's a time when they are really famous, and at the end, nobody cares to remember these people. Like, I can see majority of you are having an Indian background. So, Meena Kumari, how many of you know Meena Kumari? She's a very old, Prabhupada's time actress. Very beautiful, very strong, and very popular. So nobody knows Meena Kumari, right? Oh, thank you. I thought I'm talking to people who don't know anything. Okay, Meena Kumari, yes. So if you know Meena Kumari, how popular she was, right? But what was her last time? When she was at her deathbed, she was only alone. Nobody was with her. Nobody. And she is the princess and the queen of Bollywood in the time early 1950s, I guess. Yeah, during my mother's time. Yeah. But when she died alone. She died alone. Nobody was with her. That time, this time was very strong for her. She was famous. But when she ended her life, there was nobody was with her. Time. Today time is with you. Tomorrow time may not be with you. But God will be always with you. You just need to look at Him. You just need to think of Him. And when you think of Him, try to associate with people who are His followers. They will help you. You will get help. Unnoticed. Unnoticed help. You won't understand that I didn't ask for this help, but thank God I got it. You know? Sometimes red light camera didn't work, but I passed through it. Right? That's the luck. That's the blessing. That's the blessing of how you behaved with the elders. That's the blessing. Through them, we get the blessing of the Lord. We don't have the eligibility, we don't have the capacity to receive the blessing directly from the Lord, but it's from our elders, especially our parents. So this age is not going to stop. 2023, you are nice and bright and youth and young. Tomorrow it would be 2033, and then you won't have the same eligibility and the body power. So wake up, understand this time. Third aspect which I wanted to touch base is Bhagavan. The time is Lord Himself. So if the time is giving you hard time today, it won't stay. It won't stay. Happiness and distress, they are all time. They don't stay forever. They are not eternal. If today you're happy, may God you be happy. But but be careful, there is something following it. Happiness is followed by sorrow, sorrow is followed by happiness. It's a vicious circle. So time is Lord Himself. The fourth point is, it snatches everything. At the end of your deathbed, what have you brought? And what are you taking with you? It's the end. It snatches everything. If doesn't have to be on a deathbed, if you are famous in one point of time, whether in your work, whether in your school, whether in your home, in our family, some people are very famous in their family. It won't stay. If you are too much proud of it, it will be taken away from you. Time looks after it. The law of nature is very strong. It doesn't have any liberty for anyone. It is similar to everyone. For Bill Gates, for us, for president, for prime minister, time is same. Fourth, I just said. Fifth is embraces. Time embraces us. Through our good times, through our bad times, it embraces us. So we need to understand it is something unbiased. If something it has given to us, because of whatever reason, it will give the same to somebody else. So you don't have to worry. You just have to worry about your connectivity with the Lord. Okay, so I've given my 5 points of time, and I just wanted to touch base this time because we all say about resolution, new year, new promises. I just want you all to be very gravely understand this aspect of time. It is very powerful. Take it seriously. Thank you all for coming in, Makar Sankranti time, taking darshan of the Lord. But take one more step ahead. Whoever was chanting, whoever was here, just think of it. Do you want to take it seriously? It's just 7 minutes of your day, 24 hours. And if you really believe, if you really have faith in this process, you're going to make out that 7 minutes. It's easy. You're going to make it out. But you need to have that conviction, that faith in you, and it will help you. So, just like in a workplace, I hope everyone is working or going to school or somewhere. Just like in workplace, we have this appraisal, right? We have reports. Okay, you've done this, you have done that, show me the report, right? Every year, 6 months, depending upon which company you are, you get your reports, you being appraised through words only, not every company gives you money through the appraisals. But every time you have a database, right? You are working till here, next year we want you to be here. You have that even in your studies, like today you're in year 6, tomorrow you'll be in year 7. You are? Oh, I guessed it right. Yeah. So we have a bar. In life, in material life, we have this bar. We know what's our bar is, if we go above the bar, we have achieved a good material achievement. And if we haven't, we know, we need to work on it. So, what bar have you put in your life to grow, update in your spiritual understanding? That's a question. You don't have to answer me now. That's a question for you to think of it. If my whole focus and my whole point of giving this very grave and very strong time related class is, if any one of you take these words of me, it's not my words, it's our Acharya's words, which I'm just copying and pasting it to you all. If any one of you take these words seriously and grow in your life spiritually, don't worry about the material, it will work out. You can see in me, you don't know my background, but I used to work part-time for, I guess, till my eldest daughter was in year 7. I've never thought of going to full-time job because I was happily doing it. And when I started concentrating on my spiritual life, things have fallen. Companies have called me for a job and I was like, I don't have a background. Why on earth they are calling me? Is there something wrong? When you get something good, you think obviously the bad thing. Is there something wrong? This is how it works. I'm not bragging myself. I'm just giving you an example that if you concentrate on the spiritual aspect of your life, the material aspect will work out. It turns out, because you all are working on materially, like we need to work, we need to pay our bills, we need to put some food in our belly. We are working on it. We are not making any slack decisions there, but we are slacking on our heart. We are slacking on a connection between our soul. So my only appeal is, if any one of you take this seriously, then all my hard work for preparing for today's class is successful. And I give you a lot of good wishes and good health, good time, that you utilize it wisely, and you'll get wisdom out of it. So just a wrap up of this class. So basically, New Year resolution was my topic of today's Sunday Feast class. And in the resolution, I have given you how you can take the resolution and how you can focus on it. So basically, to promise something, it's easy. To break something is very easy. But to maintain is the hardest part of life. And how can you maintain? By being inspired from the right person, by have full conviction and faith on what you have promised for yourself, and keeping your intelligence strong enough on focusing that point, that whatever you have promised, you will be able to do your resolution for 2023. Then I have moved on to the 5 aspects of time. Time is avigyat, imperceptible. Time is fear. It gives us fear only if we have not respected it. Time is the Lord Himself. Time snatches everything from us, and time embraces us. So I leave it to you. If anyone wants to add anything or want to share anything, please do so. We've got 3 minutes. Okay, if not, then I'll end my class. Thank you everyone for coming, and happy Makar Sankranti. Hare Krishna. Can we all chant together? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much.